Alright, today we're going to talk about cost of living in Zimbabwe. So maybe you want to move to Zimbabwe for a vacation, a holiday, safari, or maybe just to go and live there. We're going to look at four things. We're going to look at transport in Zimbabwe. We can also look at education. We can also look at food, cost of food in Zimbabwe. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with accommodation. So living on a flat, or say an apartment, 85 square meters, which is about 900 square feet for a month, in an expensive area, it will cost between $800 to $1,000 a month. Then if you move in the same apartment but in a, like, a decent location or a normal location, a flat of 85 square meters, or which is 900 square feet, cost you between $500 to $800. These apartments are fully furnished. Then the utility bills like gas, electricity, water, refuse collection in the same apartment cost you between $80 to $120. Then if you live in a 45 square meter apartment in an expensive location, usually cost you between $450 to around $600 a month. Then a 45 square meter apartment or flat, or would I say a studio apartment, cost you between $300 to $400 a month. That's in a normal area, or I say in a decent location. And the utility bills for that same location cost around that's water, electricity, gas, refuse collection, will cost you around same around $80 to $120. You can also choose to live in some locations where you can rent a room. Yes, just one room, but these rooms are usually provided with no furniture. One room costs between $40 to $60 a month. No furniture. You have to bring your own furniture. You have to bring your own bed, your own stove, and everything, So, and the utility bills, that's water, refuse collection, and electricity, costs between $10 to $15 a month. When it comes to internet for a decent speed of maybe 80 megabytes per second, costs you between $60 to $80 per month. So number two is food. Food in Zimbabwe is decent, especially if you prepare your own food. So I would advise you move to Zimbabwe. If you can cook, that would be awesome. It saves you a lot of money. A meal in any restaurant, like street corner restaurant, it will cost around $5. You can pay $5 for a meal. Then in a mid-range restaurant, a meal for two costs around $35, and it's a 3-course meal, so which is pretty okay. And a Mac meal at McDonald's or equivalent costs around $5. Then a domestic beer, half a liter, costs around $1. Imported beer 330 mils cost around $1.50. Coke or Pepsi 330 mils cost around 69 cents. Cappuccino, if you are one of those guys who like coffee, cappuccino usually costs between $2 to $2.50. Then things like milk, rice, a loaf of bread, salt, sugar, they range between $1 to $4. And a bottle of wine, a mid-range, cost between $6 to $8. And cigarettes, like for example, Marlboro cost between $1.80 to $2.20. Then for fruits are slightly cheaper, and they are usually charged per kg. But however, if you move around the streets, you would find some good deals, especially for the bananas, the apples, and oranges in street corners. Normally they will sell you, for like example, for 10 bananas for $1. The same thing with the apples, like maybe $1 for 5 apples. It comes to meat, for chicken, like for chicken breast or skinned chicken, cost around $5. Then beef, round beef, usually ranges from $6 to $8 per kg. Then we move to transport. Zimbabwe people, they use the local minibuses, maybe they call them combis, and for one-way trip it's 50 cents. So you're looking at spending like $1. A round trip is $1. Then for a month you're looking at spending like $30 to $35 from Harare, which is the capital city, to the second largest city in Zimbabwe, which is Bulawayo. It costs you between $10 to $15. So then all the other cities, usually they are below $10. So for example, a distance of like 60 kilometers, which is about 37 miles, cost between $2 to $3. Then anything above 60 kilometers, or which is above 37 miles, costs between $3 to $5. And the starting price for a taxi is $3. Normal fee for waiting hour for 1 hour for a taxi costs $5. Then gasoline per liter costs $1, between $1.30 to $1.50, depending with the quality and the type of fuel you use. There are several companies in Zimbabwe where you can rent a car for a day, but normally they charge for every 100 kilometers. So they charge for every 100 kilometers, they charge you minimum of $50. It also depends with the type of car that you hire, and if you exceed 100 kilometers, for every kilometer that you travel, they will charge you extra 55 cents for every kilometer you travel. So let's move to education. So if you send your kids to a kindergarten or preschool, usually it costs between $150 up to like $400 a month for preschool. Then for primary school education, for government schools it's slightly cheaper. Per year you can expect to pay about between $60 per year up to $150 per year. For secondary school, you expect also to pay between $150 per year up to like $250 per year. Remember, these are government schools. Private schools are slightly expensive. So private schools, they range between $2,000 per term. A term in Zimbabwe, by the way, is 3 months, so around $2,000 per term up to $20,000 per term, depending with the school. Then there are also boarding schools. Boarding schools in Zimbabwe, there are missionary schools, missionary boarding schools, government boarding schools. They range from $300 per term up to $1,000 per term. Gym, if you like to go to the gym in Zimbabwe, for a gym for 1 month, for one adult, it would cost you around $50 US, between $50 to $60 per month. Then if you like tennis, if you love tennis, playing tennis cost between $8 to $15 per day. Or then cinema for international release, one sitting costs around between $6 to $8. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my video. Please click the subscribe button and also click the little bell on your right so that you receive alerts whenever I upload new videos. Thank you for watching Zim Afro.